Very much for coming.
Thank you, brother.
This morning. Just very brief, so we are on the same page also with our viewers. Big Brands Media Foundation, what's that all about?
We focus on issues that aim to uplift young South Africans from entrepreneurship, from educating them about nation building and social cohesion. So in essence, we collaborate with the private sector and government in developing programs that speak in their voice and seek to accelerate and increase the economic participation of young people in the mainstream economy.
Okay, now you started this after inspiration by Mama Winnie. Tell us about that.
Yes, I had the privilege of meeting Mama Winnie through Lebogang Mandela. I served as the Lebogang Mandela Foundation Marketing Director, and my role was to develop and implement programs. In the process, I had the privilege of meeting Mama Winnie. And I mean, when I applied for the job, it never crossed my mind that one day I'm going to sit in a room and have to brief her about some of the programs that the foundation intended to roll out.
Okay, and then what led you from that interaction to say, you know what, I need to do what you're doing today? Can you just share a couple of those lessons?
What comes to mind was in 2014, on the 19th of July, that was the first Mandela Day post the passing of the late Nelson Mandela, and we went to Cosmo City to an informal settlement to a daycare center called the Badisa Daycare Center, where through the Lebogang Mandela Foundation, we donated learning material, beds. We had different stakeholders assisting refurbishing the school. And Mama Winnie then attended the event. I mean, what I learned from her is she's very humble. And with her, there are no briefing rooms, there are no holding rooms. When she arrived in a vehicle, all you hear is a lot of noise, and you ask yourself, what's happening? She's left the car, she's interacting with people in the informal settlements, and she's letting them know that, you know, be patient, government is coming to intervene, you will be liberated. She was very humble, she was accessible. I mean, when I met her, she introduced herself by her first name, you know, and I sat there shocked, thinking, you know, usually it's the other way around. You must introduce yourself, give yourself, you literally sell yourself. But she is a people's person, and the biggest lesson in all of this is that she was committed to her family. She supported her grandchildren through and through. I mean, on the same day, Zondo had another Mandela Day initiative in Soweto, so she covered 2 locations in one day just to be there for her grandchildren. And the value there is that in all of that influence and her being a global icon, she believed in how family is important, and her humility was demonstrated by her spending time in informal settlements and assisting young people. And also, I mean, Zolega is a great inspiration. If you look at her and you look at Mama Winnie, I feel she is now, we look up to her to continue with the legacy. I mean, she's learned, she's got the best teacher and the best mentor.
Yeah, you as a young person yourself, I mean, how do you plan to keep her legacy alive? Having seen her in action, describing some of the attributes that you saw her express in her behavior, how do you plan, I mean, Big Brands Media Foundation, to impart some of those to the young people that you are supporting today?
We will keep on kicking these government doors and saying, let's go, and let's go to townships, rural communities. Let's convert our acts and legislative. I was telling the Mam Tandi at the back that we need to...
Mam Tandi Mudise, as she was leaving the studio earlier.
Yes, I was telling her that we need to get to a point where we dilute acts and policies into a language that young people understand, that they are able to take advantage of the vast opportunities that democracy has granted us. So we will continue to do our work and go to the ground and create properties and vehicles where young people will be inspired to take up and say, this is my country and I love this country.
So more action less words. I mean, policies are really after discussions and they're on paper, so those must be turned into more implementable actions in an understandable way, in a simple, direct way. That's what you're saying.
Definitely. And I think that's the only way we're going to address youth unemployment. For example, if you look at the BBBE Act, there's a lot of opportunities there. But how do we dilute the act in such a way that a taxi driver, my friend who's on the street corner selling discopas, understands how we can unlock economic empowerment opportunities? I mean, they're talking about a 30% set aside. What is it? How do you do it? How do you get it? Where do you go? I think we need to get to that stage with young people and move away from 39-slide PowerPoint presentations to basic conversations. And our government exhibitions need to get to a point where you apply on-site for internships and opportunities. We're tired of brochures.
So when you knock on those government doors, you're going to say you're doing it on behalf of the legacy of Mama Winnie going forward. Basically, that's what I'm hearing, because she was a woman for action, and she was on the ground, as you said, in the informal settlements, like at Cosmo City that day when you were launching, when you were supporting a local organization there under the Lebogang Mandela Foundation.
True, but then I think I would approach it from the inspiration of Mama Winnie, to say, because I don't want them to think I am now using the name to open certain doors, because as a young South African, I believe in working hard for any of the achievements I have today. And I mean, a friend of mine was shocked when I said to them, I'm doing an interview today, can you advise me what I should say about Winnie Mandela?
And what did they say?
And they said, how do you know her? I'm like, no, I work with her granddaughter. They're like, huh? That's the world's best kept secret. I mean, that's just my personality, that I was there to work, and through her inspiration, I am going to keep on pushing, and I'm not going around saying she said this and that. I'm saying, but as a legacy and the support, let's address our young people. Let's create feasible and tangible opportunities.
Thank you very much.